segment by me going into the break. I forgot, and I'm sorry. I'll apologize to you. I don't even know you yet, and I already have to apologize to you. Nick Wright joining us on Sports Radio 610, the Bud Light Hotline. Appreciate it, Nick, for the time this evening. Can't wait to officially call you a new member of the team here on Sports Radio 610, but can't wait to hear you tomorrow morning with John Lopez. How you doing, Nick?
I'm doing well, thank you. And while you and I don't really know each other yet, I feel like I've known Barry my entire life. I've spoken with Barry on the phone more in the last 2 weeks than I have all the members of my family combined. Barry and I are already close friends. I hope you and I can kindle. I don't think you and I are going to be able to kindle the same exact relationship I have with Barry because Barry's a unique guy. But yes, I hope we can do something similar. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Absolutely.
Sean's got a much nicer personality than me.
Anybody does.
But
Anybody does.
I am leaving a gift for Nick tomorrow, and
roses.
Nick, I wanted to let you know.
Are you giving him roses?
No, I'm not giving him roses. I gave Vandermeer when he left rock and roll roses, and Nick knows that I grow roses. We've already conversated about that in your words, Sean. But I am giving him a welcome to Sports Radio 610, and our dysfunctional family gift that will be left on his chair when he comes in tomorrow morning.
Well, it makes me even more excited for tomorrow morning. Thank you, Barry.
And it's not X-rated.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. How are you guys doing tonight, fellas?
Oh, we're good. I heard the promo of the show coming up tomorrow morning. Now, I don't want you to spill the beans on what the name of the show is going to be yet. I want people to listen tomorrow morning and find out for themselves. But I am kind of intrigued, and I'll be listening tomorrow morning. I know you guys are going to play the game on, how to get to know you a little bit, but just, if you can, give me a little bit of a sneak peek, Nick, because I don't know that much about you. I know a lot of people don't. What's going to be maybe the most shocking, or since I don't spoil it, maybe one of the more shocking things that our listeners on Sports Radio 610 are going to learn about you tomorrow morning and throughout the time here?
Can I? So if I give you little nuggets here, will you, no follow-up questions from you, if that's all right?
No follow-up.
I'll give you factual statements, but don't follow up, because it'll kind of maybe add to the intrigue. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's good. I'm good with that.
I am doing something that Sean thinks is impossible. I'm going to keep my mouth shut. Let you roll.
Okay, all right. So things that I think the listeners will find surprising. All right, one is I'm 27. And I have a 13-year-old son who's coming with me. So there's one thing that, again, the follow-up questions might clarify some of that, but I don't think we need that there. Another one I am a recovering gambling addict. And when I say recovering, I mean like went through recovery and all that stuff. I was once on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and won a sum greater than $25,000 but less than $250,000.
No way.
That then led to that's true. But that then led to let me just give anybody that's listening that has maybe some advice. If you are teetering on the brink of a gambling problem, winning six figures on a game show does not help that gambling problem.
You don't say.
And so, and one other thing that was a little tricky about Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, they don't take the taxes out. They just give you the check. You got to take the taxes out. And if you gamble it away before tax time, it creates a whole big problem. So we might get into that a little bit. As far as less things about me and more things like about as far as my sports background, I did not play sports higher than the high school level. I didn't play any college sports. Obviously, didn't play any professional sports. I am a football guy. The NFL is my first, second, and third favorite sport. Following the NFL, not necessarily closely, but my favorite after the NFL is the NBA, and that's one of the things I'm most excited about coming down here is that where I was before my hometown of Kansas City, we don't have an NBA team, and so very little opportunity to talk NBA, so I'm very excited for that. I'm actually getting ready to watch, like I'm sure a lot of listeners are when they get home from their drives, the Oklahoma City and the Spurs game. So I'm a big NBA guy, and this will become, I think, obvious within an hour or two of me being on the air, so I might as well tell you guys. I do tend to be an athletes guy. I think there's, as opposed to, athletes fee management, I support and encourage athletes to hold out. I think you should get every single last dollar you can. I think we've seen, hell, a great example that actually brings brings my old city and my new city together, Eric Winston. Eric Winston's a great player for the Texans. Well, great might be strong, but a very good player for the Texans. A great guy in the community, does everything you'd want the guy to do. But during that salary cap situation, they cut him. I never hear the reaction as loudly when a team just cuts a player, of fans calling in and saying, that's rotten, they had a contract, as I hear when a player holds out. And I hear fans say, oh my God, he's so overpaid anyway, and, honor your contract. So I'm a player's guy. And one other thing, as far as guys being overpaid, I tend to believe, actually, that athletes are not overpaid in the least. I think if you're in the top 0.001% in the world of what you do, whether that's athletics, whether that's writing, whether that's radio, whether that's violinist, you're going to be making good money. I don't think athletes are overpaid, and this is coming from a guy who everyone always says, oh, policemen and firemen should make more money. My father's been a fireman for 40 years. I grew up in firehouses. The thing is this, and not to sound callous, right now, if I quit my job, I could go become a fireman. I might not have the courage to do it, but I could do it. Right now, if I quit my job, I cannot become the running back for the Houston Texans. So I tend to think that I don't think athletes are overpaid. I think they're probably properly paid. And in some cases, like the truly great ones like LeBron James and Tom Brady, those guys are actually, according to the market, really underpaid. So I think that maybe gives a little bit of an insight of how I look at the sports world.
I think so. I can already tell it is going to be insanely fun listening to you and John Lopez. Just from me knowing some of John's viewpoints and what I just learned from you, it's going to be awesome. Hey, let me ask you this, because we only have a couple more minutes with you. How long have you been in H-Town, and what do you think of the city so far?
So I arrived here. I stayed overnight Saturday in Dallas. I arrived here Sunday. I obviously came down for, to look at houses before I got the job, or I guess after I got the job, and came down for an interview and things like that. I love it. And this is not pandering. I'm a over-the-top honest guy, even to my own detriment. So I would. Well, now if I really hated the city, I'd probably just change the subject. But I wouldn't lie to you.
So what do you think of the city?
And so exactly, I haven't developed an opinion yet. I don't know. What do you guys think? But no, for me, if you said to me, Nick, close your eyes and build the perfect market to do radio in, I would say, all right, I want there to be an NBA team. I want it to be an NFL town. I want it to be a very diverse city, and I'd like to be within an hour's drive of a major body of water. And if it could be, affordable, because Kansas City has such a low cost of living, you get spoiled. If it could be affordable, all the better. Houston might be the only major market that checks off every single one of those things. Now, would I have included and not have oppressive heat and humidity? Maybe, but I'll deal with it. I went to college in upstate New York, so if I can deal with those winters, I can deal with these summers. And, man, there's just little things. I love Mexican food, and I'm in, Mexican food nirvana. You know what I mean? There's little things that make this just absolutely perfect. And so now I've been here 72 hours. So I reserve the right to, at one point say, you know what? The traffic here is actually pretty bad. But my gut instinct is that I'm absolutely going to love it here. And I can't tell you guys how excited I am. I read the trades, I see the ratings, and I see what you guys have been doing. And to join a station that is just taking names and kicking ass, or I guess I said that backwards, but whatever. Maybe you take their name and then kick their ass so you know whose ass you're kicking. But regardless, to join a station that it has so many great personalities, so many good people, and such a great track record of success, it's, to be honest, at this moment, the absolute highlight of my career. And so 6 a.m. tomorrow morning cannot get here quickly enough.
Nick, I know this is hard for you to believe, but Brian Graham has just had a stopwatch. This is the longest I've gone without saying anything. I am a man of my word. So I didn't say anything. I just wanted you to expound with Sean. We are thrilled to have you join our dysfunctional family. Can't wait to be listening tomorrow morning. Personally, I think the show should have been called Right and Wrong, but you'll find that out on your own tomorrow.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, Sean and Barry. I really appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, no doubt. We'll be listening tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Appreciate it, Nick. That's Nick Wright, everybody.
And Nick, I have only one thing to say.
Yes.
Chirp, chirp.
Yeah, I'll figure that out at one point, Barry. You've been saying it to me for 2 weeks. At one point, it'll click. Talk to you guys tomorrow.
All right, thanks,
Chirp.
Nick. Sorry to say he won't figure that out anytime soon because I've been with you for 3 years and I have no idea what the damn thing means.
Sean, I've done my homework on this guy, and folks in Kansas City at the radio station level, at the pro clubs that I've spoken to, give this guy 2 thumbs up. And
yeah.
I'm really excited to have him in here. His energy, what he brings to the table. He's not shy on opinions, and it's going to be a fabulous listen starting tomorrow morning and for years to come right here on Sports Radio 610.
All right, let me give you the digits. 713-572-4610 is the number to get in if you'd like.